I don't think you'd necessarily want to be me. It's very hard to turn it off.
Yeah.
What motivates you today?
Winning.
Winning.
Mm.
Still.
Mm-hmm.
Will it forever, do you think? I mean, how much winning is enough for you? Because you've won a darn lot.
I've won a few times, yes, certainly, and would like to win more.
People that are extremely driven and successful are less likely to have meaningful relationships and to be satisfied with their accomplishments. Their extreme focus and competitiveness can destroy their emotional lives and even make them psychopathic.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Yay.
What?
I got accepted.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right!
Gordon is one of the most competitive people I've ever met in my life. Whatever he does must be a competition. Gordon wants to catch more fish than Marco. Gordon wants to catch a bigger fish than Marco. And vice versa.
I knew that Jerry Krause loved Dan Marley. And just because Krause liked him was enough for me. You think he's a great defensive player? Okay, fine. I'm gonna show you that he's not.
As unlikely as it may seem, all of this can be explained by dopamine. And if you've heard of dopamine before, it's probably been in the context of addiction to things like drugs and sex. But some people have dopamine circuits that make them addicted to success. This happens when something called the control dopamine circuit is so powerful that it suppresses what's called the here and now circuit. When someone has a really strong dopamine control circuit, they're extremely disciplined, logical, and obsessed with achieving their goals and winning competitions, oftentimes at the expense of their personal relationships and the feelings of other people.
When my wife has the baby and I'll have to sort of take 2 days off a week, a little bit earlier. But I'll still put my good 15 hours a day in the kitchen.
They often seem emotionless and really cold towards other people, and that's because a very strong dopamine control circuit suppresses feelings like empathy, guilt, and fear. These people can find it harder to stop working than most people find it to start working. So that here and now circuit that I mentioned earlier, that's suppressed by really high levels of controlled dopamine, plays a huge role in empathy, social interactions, and long-term relationships. This here and now circuit is all about appreciating and finding fulfillment in the things that you currently have, while the dopamine system is all about getting things that you don't have. Now, for most people, these circuits are pretty balanced, which means that they're able to enjoy the moment while also working towards a better future. But a lot of really successful people have this imbalance where they're obsessed with the future and making things better than they are today, but they're unable to actually appreciate today and the things that they have. And despite the money and recognition that can come from these people's achievements, they're usually unhappy. So what can we learn from all this? It's great to be driven and ambitious, but at a certain point, if you can't be happy with what you have, you won't be happy with what you get. For me, I find that it's really easy to want something very badly, and then as soon as you get it, to focus on the next thing that you don't have. But this cycle is extremely unsatisfying because you only focus on the things that you don't have. A lot of great things are balanced by downsides that we don't see.